Let's talk about it. Couple topics I want to talk about real quick. Couple questions to answer. Will witnessing Jesus' resurrection in virtual reality get you closer to your religion? And how can schools help teachers who are being bullied by the students? We got a video on a story about that. And also, do you think robot waiters can be the future in restaurants? Because people are already using it. We're going to talk about all that and a whole bunch more. That's coming up on Easter Sunday. You kicking it with KC. Yeah, man, we doing the show on this morning, man. Morning show stuff, popular topics, pop tops that may or may not be talked about in the news. Yours truly, KCMC, 10 plus years in radio, and I'm being these streets, baby. Let's get into it. The first one is talking about this Easter Sunday special coming from KOCO.com. St. Luke's United Methodist Church in Oklahoma City is using virtual reality to bring the Easter story to life this year. The church has 30 VR sets enabling people to experience the resurrection of Jesus in a high-tech version of the biblical story. Produced by church member Lance McDaniel, the story is filmed using the Unreal Engine and filmed all the humans against green screens. Now, they're saying the church hopes this immersive experience will help attract new generations to the church and already planning a VR project to tell the Christmas story. Now, we already know about the metaverse and virtual realities and that trying to be incorporated into our everyday lives. Now you have religion incorporating this new technology of virtual reality, giving you the ability to see the Bible stories, basically. Now, do you think this is going to build a connection with people? You think people are going to feel closer to God, closer to their religion, closer to Jesus by watching the stories on VR? By feeling like they're actually in the world and watching this man? You think it's going to attract younger people? Possibly. I always say you got to meet people where they are. And right now, the kids, they're in these games, they're in virtual realities. You might even have to put the Jesus resurrection in the PlayStations. I got to shout out to Star for that from the Star Report, because he brought that up once upon a time, putting stuff in the games. And I believe that. Meet people where they are. Now, I don't think this is going to get a non-believer to believe or anything like that. No, it'll probably strengthen the relationship with people who already have some type of relationship with their church and religion and things of that nature. VR ain't about to save Christianity. All right, it ain't about to have people turn over new lives and nothing like that. We had the Passion of the Christ in what, 2003? 2004 Passion of the Christ? That was crazy. Yeah, everybody was turning. People in the hood said they was going to stop cussing for they stopped cussing maybe 2 days. Niggas was back on the street, basically. So the Passion of the Christ was basically kind of like one of those big religious things that kind of opened people's eyes up. But then everybody got back ratchet, like a month later, not even. You see what I'm saying? So you can do all of this, but unless you already genuinely have a connection with your church, with God, religion, it ain't gonna be there. It ain't gonna be nothing you can do to really get people there to turn over that new leaf. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. I got another topic I want to talk about real quick. We're talking about teachers being protected from the bullying students. This is a story that actually happened in Ohio. This story is coming from yahoonews.com. A former school bus teacher in Ohio, Jackie Miller, has been shown support after quitting her job due to the behavior of some of the students on the bus. In the video that went viral, Miller was seen cursing, using profanity, and threatening a group of students who she claimed had been basically bullying her for years. The incident led to the creation of a clothing line with Miller's quotes on it, as well as a GoFundMe campaign that raised over $60,000 to help her retire. The outpouring of support has left Miller feeling grateful and restored her faith in humanity, she said. Now, ultimately, it's two different perspectives. When and if you see this video, you thinking either, why are these kids bullying this woman to the point she's out here screaming and you know, kind of losing her temper. And you kind of feel bad for her. Then on the other hand, you probably looking at it like, why is this lady cussing at my kids? Or cussing at these kids? This lady need to be fired. She's saying, well, she ended up quitting her job. She's saying, they keep bullying me. They recording me, putting me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. I done went viral now. It ain't like she recorded it. The kids recorded it. And they put it out there. And now she quit her job. Now, what is the school doing about this? We always hear about kids bullying other kids. Potentially teachers picking on kids. But what about the kids picking on the teachers? I remember situations in school, middle school, where, yeah, we let a substitute teacher come in there. And we don't know that man, it's over. They about to get all types of games, jokes. They gonna be yelling, sit down all class. I know that. Can we not act like kids don't do stuff like that? Terrorize people and try to take advantage of people that they don't know or who feel like they don't have to take authority from? Kids do that, man. So I'm not surprised, actually. Maybe she said it's been happening for years. It built up. It crossed her threshold. She felt like she had to react. I'm not mad at that. I'm just happy my son wasn't in that video she was yelling and cussing at, because I would have to go talk to her then. You can go do that to them other kids. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. We got this last topic real quick. We're talking about robots potentially taking over the world, Craig. We already knew this, though. This is coming from apnews.com, the Associated Press. Talking about robot waiters are becoming increasingly popular solution for labor shortages, specifically in the restaurant industry. Many see them as the future in the industry, with sales of them growing rapidly in recent years. Robots can ease the workflow for human staff and make service a lot more efficient. However, others believe robot waiters are just a gimmick and not much more. They think that's just a little temporary come in. They're going to do this for a while and then they're going to get back to humans. But however, restaurants can be chaotic places, as we all know, especially if you go to your favorite restaurant and see that they're busy. It can be very difficult to pretty much put these robots and automation into a industry that's very chaotic. People running around having different requests and things of that nature. I'm wondering how this actually works. I know a lot of people are incorporating AI, automation. You even have a restaurant owner in Michigan, in Madison Heights, who's actually using robots because he's having trouble hiring people. Now, what does this do to? Let's start with the root of the problem, the labor shortage. Why is that? A lot of people tie it back to the pandemic, say people were getting unemployment checks, people were getting pandemic checks and stimulus checks. They didn't feel the need to work, so they were super used to being lazy. I can understand that during the pandemic, maybe a year after the pandemic. This is 3 years after the pandemic. Do you think people are still eating off of those stimulus checks, unemployment checks, even the PPP loans? I don't think so. A lot of people in my community blew through $20,000 of the PPP loan. Blew through it in that same year. Has nothing to show for it except for maybe a down payment on a car or some furniture. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think we're still having people being lazy from the pandemic. I think these jobs ain't paying enough, man. And with you having a robot, you really don't have to pay. It's a robot. The only thing you got to worry about is maintenance and updates on software and things of that nature. Other than that, I mean, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. But ultimately, these business owners don't want to pay people. Or maybe they're looking and saying they don't have the ability to pay people a great wage or something like that. Here's what I think. Less is more. Maybe you need to find ways to be more efficient, incorporate artificial intelligence as a tool to help the humans that you have there, but maybe reduce the number of humans. I know a specific job, place of employment I was at, had too many people there, especially working part-time, but they don't really have the money to pay people a great wage. It's like, yo, reduce the number of people, incorporate more technology and automation, save money, pay people that's there a great wage. But that's just what I think. Our restaurants are going to take over completely. I mean, are robots going to take over restaurants completely? I wouldn't see it happening, but I do see automation and AI being incorporated a lot quicker and sooner. That's just what I think. Do I want to see it? Whatever's going to give me my food faster. I'm not even mad about the little computers that they put on the tables when you go to the restaurant. I can pay for my food right there. Pay with my card. I ain't got to wait for this person. The waitress take all day. She come and see me 2 times when she drop my food off and then ask me if I'm all right 1 time when she walking by. Other than that, I got to look for my waitress because we all ready to go. Nah, I'm like, that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. Yeah, if a robot gonna come with my food, my carry-outs, my bill a lot quicker and check up on me quicker, or the AI system can do it, that's what I roll with. I take the robots over the waiters though. Even though I don't see it as a possibility, no time soon at least, I'll take the robots over the waiters. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show 313-466-7. We about to switch it up. Yeah. We talking about music and the audio audit real quick. Thanks for kicking it with KC on this Easter Sunday. Yeah. All right, we listen to Ray Shrimmer. It's called Shrimp for Life, man. This is their 4th installment on their Shrimp Life project, franchise, whatever you want to call it. 14 tracks, 47 minutes, just outside of the 45-minute duration that I like. I like my projects be between 30 and 45 minutes, not too short that I don't take it serious, not too long that I get bored. Right outside of that, so after a while I did kind of start to drown out towards the end, but I was like, okay, it's only like 2 songs left, so let's do this. So there's a few songs that stood out. Origami, Royal Flush featuring Young Thug, Tanisha, also known as Pump That, Bend Your Knees, Flaunt It / Cheap, Sexy, and YMCA. We talking about 7 tracks out of 14. That's half that stood out to me in a good way. I'm not mad at that. I will take that. At least half of the project I can tolerate. Cool. So breaking it down, Origami was the first song on the track, the intro. That usually sets the tone. It was pretty mellow, good beats, good 808s. I think it set a nice tone. I like, all right, cool. If the album is going to be similar to this or derivatives of it, I'm cool with it. Royal Flush featuring Young Thug. I'm not mad at it. I like it. Good bop. Thug did his thing, added his sound. Cool. But how the hell is Young Thug still on new songs if he's been locked up? Are they taking verses that he recorded already and now using it? Or is he recording in prison? Somebody tell me how this is working, because I'm a little confused. I mean, if you're using the old verse, all right, cool. That just solves that. But if y'all getting this man from jail or he's coming out to record, like, I don't know. I'm confused. But anyway, I enjoyed the song. Tanisha, Pump That. That was a completely different vibe. That was kind of like poppy almost. But once again, I can see that in the club for like the young 20-year-olds who really in there just dancing, having fun, getting drunk, you know, just turned 21. I can see that. Also, Bend Your Knees. That was another kind of like club twerker song. I appreciate it for what it was. So those are nice. Flaunt It / Cheap. This is like 2 songs in one. That was hard. I loved how the beat switched up on that too, and how they kind of did the segue. Is Sway Lee really your brother? And then he came in that bit. I like, oh, okay, yeah, that was hard. That was hard. I ain't gonna lie. 2 other songs, Sexy. Sexy was pretty nice. Instantly when I saw that, I'm like, oh man, this is about to be like that Drake song. It kind of reminded me of the Drake and Future song, Way Too Sexy or whatever. But it was different. It sampled or had a melody from a different kind of, I can't even put my finger on it. But it was pretty nice though. It was still pretty nice that I was like, all right, this kind of stand out to me. And then another song, YMCA, that stood out. That was pretty decent. This is for my young, like the YMCA. That was pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Good beat, good flow, everything. 7 songs out of 14 that stood out. That's a pretty decent project if you ask me, man. Shrimp Life, Ray Shrimmer delivered on a project of them coming together again. None of them solo projects. I'm not mad at this. I thought Shrimp Life 3 was going to be the last of that Shrimp Life, but they did Shrimp for Life. What you going to do, Shrimp Life 5? Don't be like Fast and the Furious. Please don't do that. Let me know what you think about Ray Shrimmer as artist. Let me know what you think about Shrimp for Life as a project. Or let me know any other project you think we should do an audio audit on. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. Let's switch. Yeah, man. Talk about scenes we saw in Corn Stream, nah, I mean. All right, so Atlanta, season 4, final season, 10 episodes. Now, the thing about Atlanta, this is written and produced, directed for the most, not directed, but written and produced and starring Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. I love Atlanta season 1. Loved it. It drew us all in. We was like, oh man, something for the culture. Black people, it's in the hottest city for black people, Atlanta. Cool, we watching this. Season 2 came out, Robin season. That was all right. Okay. We still here. Season 3 came out. They overseas or something like that, doing some crazy stuff over there on tour. Wasn't as entertaining. It took a few turns that people like, wait, what? What are we doing? What are we even doing overseas? Like, not too many American people care about artists going overseas doing their tours. No, we care about when you're doing tours here. Then season 4, the final season comes out. Donald Glover gets all the news on social media. A lot of people not happy with season 3. He dropped season 4, the final season, and it did not disappoint. I think it got back to its roots from season 1. Had a few curveball episodes that probably were just off the storyline. I appreciate it. It still brought the main storyline together, kind of wrapped it up at the end. I appreciated that. But let me talk about season 4, episode 8, Thomas Ronald Washington. The story of the black character, animator, I should say, who became CEO of Disney and was working on a Goofy movie. The movie Goofy, he created the character basically. And he says Goofy basically a black man. He's a black person. I mean, he's all the Disney characters are animals, but Goofy represents a black man. And the Goofy movie was a story about a black man and his son and a connection. Now, they said there were some scenes that were deleted, some scenes that never made it, and it's a very deep story. It's a very deep story. I think they got this whole thing off in like 30, 40 minutes, but it seemed like a very long documentary. That's because I watched it on Hulu, no endorsement, FX, whatever, no endorsement. But nonetheless, season 4, episode 8 was a fantastic story, fantastic documentary about somebody I never knew about who's completely for the culture. Yo, Donald Glover, salute to you, bro. Shout out to Donald Glover, bro. My man's did an absolutely fantastic job on season 4 of Atlanta. Atlanta is a project, period. Just like the caption said in the last episode, yeah, it was crazy, but I think I'm going to miss this show. So shout out to Donald Glover. You did fantastic work, man. I idolize people like this, man. I had to get my full scope of Atlanta season 4. I actually appreciated it. And I recommend you watch it if you haven't watched it. Or let me know what you think about Atlanta or season 4 in general. If you did watch it, go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. We about to get up out of here, man. I ain't got no sports to talk about. But check this out. Thinking out loud real quick. You know what I want to talk about? I've driven past a couple cemeteries recently. And I think about like, that cemetery is relatively small. And when I think about the 7, almost 8 billion people on this earth, and they say a person dies every 8 seconds. So where are all the bodies? Why aren't there more cemeteries? What are they doing with some of these bodies that are dying? Because if we are burying everybody, shouldn't we see a cemetery everywhere? And shouldn't all of them be very big? I drive past some cemeteries that are in like vacant lots, and they just got a couple heads on. I'll be like, what? And then you drive past some, it's like, I don't even see how y'all got room to put more tombstones in here. So what are they doing with all the bodies? How do you want to go out? I know some people are probably being cremated. Some people probably being dropped in the bottom of the ocean. I don't know, but what I'm saying is, where the bodies at? That's just me thinking out loud. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show. 313-466-4386, man. We about to get up out of here. But first, I need you to kick it with KCMC on all social media on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all that at KIWKCMC. That's Kick It with KCMC, just the abbreviations, all right? That's just the first letters of that phrase. And then go show some support, to my sponsor, man, Team Elite. They on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, also at Team Elite 313. That's TEAMELITE 313. And check out their premium urban-based athleisure wear. That's athletic casual wear, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, tech fleece, jogger sets, varsity sets, and more. It's all on their website, teamelite313.com. Ask your mom, baby. Appreciate you for kicking with KCMC on this Easter Sunday. Had to get a couple things off my chest. We're going to try to do a show later on tonight. I'm trying to get it off while I had the time. My son was out of town. But check this out. If you got this far in the video, I need you to hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the alert so you know when we're going live. I might pop up on you at any time. If you got a couple dollars, donate to the show so we can grow. I ain't begging, though. And also, you know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to do this again later on tonight or tomorrow. I'll holler.